Thank you very much, Ambassador Rattray. Excellencies, it is an honor and a pleasure for me to deliver this statement on behalf of His Excellency Eamon Courtney, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Foreign Trade and Immigration of Belize. Belize commends Antigua and Barbuda on the convening of this Leaders Summit just weeks before we all meet in Glasgow for what is considered the most important climate change meeting since 2015, when we adopted the Paris Agreement at COP21. For a small state with a low-lying coast, climate change is an ever-present danger to our lives, livelihoods, development, and future. We have been experiencing the impacts of climate change over decades, but there is no doubt that the last decade has seen an intensification of the impacts to the point, I would dare say, that we are facing a climate emergency. The latest report of the IPCC has only validated what we have witnessed and experienced directly in Belize, in the Caribbean, and in every SIDS. Belize was pleased that on the 1st of September, we submitted its revised national determined contributions ahead of COP26. Belize's NDC covers new targets in both adaptation and mitigation that should see Belize contribute to the overall Paris Agreement goal of limiting temperature rise to below 1.5 degrees Celsius. Belize's NDC aligns to both our national development plans and the SDGs. Belize is committed to developing a long-term strategy aligned with achieving net zero global emissions by 2050. Therefore, we are looking expectantly toward COP26 to see ambitious action on the critical elements of 1, reduction in emission targets by 2030 that would keep us on a pathway toward limiting global warming to below 1.5 degrees Celsius. 2, climate finance. And 3, the completion of the Paris Rulebook to strengthen accountability and ambition and preserve the key principles of transparency and environmental integrity. We, of course, also want to see progress on a global goal on adaptation and on governance of the Warsaw International Mechanism for Loss and Damage. Belize is extremely concerned about the regression in global development that has resulted from the COVID-19 pandemic. But even before COVID-19, there were worrying trends that the SDGs were slipping out of reach. In the case of Belize, data shows that poverty increased by 11% between 2009 and 2018. We can only surmise that this is a grievous situation has further worsened post-pandemic given the economic downturn and unemployment increase. Driven by these national experiences and the urgency to give stronger momentum to the universal push to achieve Agenda 2030, Belize sought a seat on the UN Economic and Social Council for the term 2022 to 2024. We believe ECOSOC's work will be critical for a post-pandemic recovery that is green and inclusive. We also believe that Agenda 2030 and the SDGs are very relevant as the blueprint for the recovery. Belize will continue to champion the cause of SIDS as we strive to conclude negotiations and adopt an internationally legally binding instrument under the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, on the conservation and sustainable use of marine biological diversity of areas beyond national jurisdiction. We will also work with you in championing the cause for a new legally binding global agreement on plastic pollution, recognizing the threat that plastic pollution poses to our food supply, our marine and coastal attractions, and our traditional way of life. The issues of access to finance and debt sustainability, a perennial challenge for Belize, which faces the development constraints of a small island developing state, but classified as a middle-income country, have always been part of our international agenda. But access to development finance and debt sustainability took on an added urgency in the midst of the pandemic. Regrettably, the global response to development financing and debt sustainability for a developing country has been dangerously inadequate. Despite, we think, a clear recognition of the scale of the problem, there is not yet the international political will to deploy the necessary reforms and tools. We have no choice but to sustain our advocacy. Belize is pleased to be co-chairing, along with the UK and Fiji, an Access to Finance Roundtable since October 2020, which using dialogue and exchange of experience is aiming to build some consensus with decision makers and international financial institutions around debt, measures of development, and overly bureaucratic systems for accessing finance. Belize will use this platform and others to advocate for the adoption of a multidimensional vulnerability index that goes beyond the present indices that myopically focus on GDP and size of populations to the detriment of small island and low-lying states. An MVI should capture the inherent vulnerabilities of SIDS, such as our small scale, geography, and limited natural resources. We will then call upon the international financial institutions and our development partners to use this when considering the financial support to SIDS. I thank you.